So when you are in the producer role, when it's like and you have 12 directors, so you said that work for you.
Yeah.
As a producer, like how much input do you have on everything?
Well, I think what I do is like I just try to lead by experience.
Right.
You get me? Because a lot of directors have the talent, but sometimes, I think, filmmakers can get a little weird. You get me? And they're more worried about the reel than the artist's career. And I try to worry about both. And I think that's what makes my videos so special. And because, before I was even like doing any video stuff, like I used to, in high school, I used to like freestyle battle rap people. Like, and I was going to school rapping and stuff. And I wanted to be a rapper.
Right.
And then I was like, and then I started like, you're growing up, you're a Spanish kid, you're like in a predominantly black neighborhood and you're like, damn, I can't really rap, like I don't have that confidence as a 17-year-old. So I was like, you know what, let me pick up a camera and maybe I could just shoot. You got me? And then that's kind of what happened. And so like I think like I also am kind of in a way like some deep down part inside me, I have this music artist ability in me that just wants to like understand who artists are and what they're trying to accomplish,
You also have a record label.
Yes, Do Everything Records, yeah.
With the homie Jordan from QC, right?
Yes, 100%. So yeah.
Talk about the artist y'all got. I forget the young lady's name.
Yeah, I have my record label, Do Everything Records, and he has The Wasted Youth, and we merged, and we did a partnership with Warner to sign a girl named IV4.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that? I mean, obviously that's a whole nother bag of shit.
That was something to prove to myself just because like, I was working with so many artists and helping them develop. And I was like, you know what? I want something that I can like, stamp my name on and be like, yo, I really started from the ground up and like, without any confusion.
Right.
And just being like, sometimes you're like, oh, was it me or was it them or was it us? And I think it's a us thing, but
of course it should be an us thing.
Yeah. And then
unless you're Russ, then it's like really just you and him type of thing. Because Russ was like managing himself.
Yeah, but it was cool because with Ivy, she liked my photo and she saw Russ and then she saw who shot his videos. And it's so funny how like one thing connects to the other.
Right.
And then I was looking for a girl with box braids for a music video for Atlantic Records, and I saw her face and I was like, oh, she would be a perfect model. I reached out to her and then I was like, yo, do you want to be in this video? And she's like, well, I live in New York, but yeah, I'm down. I was like, yeah, the video's tomorrow. So how soon can you get here? And she's like, oh, well, the flight's like $800. And I was like, music video budget at the time? I'm like, yeah, I don't got the money. So she flew herself in, still met with me. And then, pulled up at me like at 2 a.m. and like sang for me. And I was just like, yo, You know what? Give me 90 days, give me 3 months and I'll come back for you. And I just said that because I was busy doing some other videos at the time. And literally on the 90th day, I called her back and I said, yo, I partnered with Jordan. And I'm like, yo, let's do this together. We all hopped on the phone and we did that. Within a week, we had a $1 million offer from Sylvia Rona at Epic.
Shit.
Yeah, because in that week, we made 5 songs and we shot 5 videos all in that same week. A guy named Christopher Anakunte saw Ivy and walked us into Epic, and he was about to leave there because he was like the senior or whatever A&R. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna turn it down and I'm gonna develop this girl. So we took 2.5 years. We also got a deal from QC at the time, Interscope, and a few other places. And we turned down all the deals because I knew she wasn't ready.
Also, like, I'm sure the leverage wasn't great. Like, you had $1 million advance, but the terms probably weren't the greatest.
No, 100%.
For a new artist like that.
Yeah, so what we did was we waited 2 years, 2-3 years, and she was living in my house. Honestly, I had this really big closet, and she slept in there and made it a bedroom. I had roommates at the time. I was roommates with Jake and in this house in Sherman Oaks. And yeah, so she just, she thugged it out. And I said, look, if you listen to me, you'll be in a much better position in the next few years. And that's what happened. And then we ended up doing a JV partnership with our label in Warner. And, it's bending for her where she keeps, keeps her tour rights and things like that. And it was very important for us to do that, especially, seeing Russ and his deals.
Yeah.
Like I saw him sign his first deal with Columbia. I was there and I filmed it. So it's like, I saw the contract and I knew that I'm like, yo, this guy won. He beat the system. And I was like, I could do this too. And I think that's what Russ is so inspiring because it's like, he's really showing you guys how to get it. You get what I mean? But it's
most artists will go for that $1 million and then be stuck in a deal. 100%. And then once they blow through it, they'll be on Instagram complaining.
It's sad because, once after taxes and after you pay your lawyers and after you pay, your manager, if you have one at the time, like, which you probably will.
Do you have a manager?
Yeah, I have a management.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm managed by a company called Uncommon, which is a division of Macro. And they did movies like Judas and the Black Messiah and like Fences and cool stuff too.
Are you going to try to get into producing movies?
Oh, that's already happening. So yeah, we got 4 projects in development right now, including a TV series about my life. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
So you're doing like the TV thing, all that.
Yeah.
That'd be big, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring that same energy I bring to music videos into the film world. But it's also like, you know, I want people to know that like I was a hood director.
Right.
Like I was a guy who just pull up to the hood shooting identity theft scammers and in Miami, just pulling up drug dealers, whatever I need.
Are all these videos still on YouTube?
100%. You know, yeah, everyone in North Miami at the time, you know, from the J Bucks to the DZ the Rappers to the Flow Kids to the Young Feast to the Icebergs, you know, all the Lex Promotions gang who introduced me to so many local artists. Like I started shooting videos for all of them, and I always thank them because like those guys literally like they didn't care if I didn't have documentation, they didn't care nothing. They paid me cash under the table,
right.
and
kept you,
and it really kept me afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really kept me afloat. Yeah, and then it's kind of crazy just to think about it, honestly.